Hi everyone, this is Family Rose from Modi'in. I'm Daniel from HaTzvi.
I'm Jacqueline from HaTzvi.
I'm Oli from Dror.
I'm Ken from Dror.
I'm Ariel from Mapilim.
I'm Aliyah from Nitzanim.
I'm Amishav from Zrain.
If I had to give you one tip to making a successful Aliyah, I'd say be grateful every day. Aliyah can be tough. You're going to miss a lot of stuff from home. You're going to find things that are tough in Israel and Israeli society, but there is so much to be grateful for and so much to be positive about and so much to be inspired by. And if you need some suggestions, I'll gladly email you thousands. So, B'atzlacha and Yom Ha'atzmaut Sameach.
Hi, my name is Michael Rainsbury. I'm in Kommemiyut, and my Aliyah tip is stay in touch with everyone you know who lives in Israel. It could be people that you know from your gap year, people that you were with in your program, people that you stayed with for Shabbat. Also, people you might miss on holiday, your shlichim from Bnei Akiva. Whoever it is, stay in touch because you never know where that will get you. It could be making new friends when you come back to Israel, just having people you know to help you get settled, people that will help you in the army, with bureaucracy, people that you can go to for Shabbat or just for a meal and just to be a friendly face, and even to get a job. Yom Ha'atzmaut.
Hi everyone, I'm Dani Jacobson. I'm in Shevet Na'aleh and I made Aliyah in September 2019, so nearly 8 months ago now. Aliyah is really scary, but my top tip would be to speak Hebrew as much as possible. It's really easy to just be lazy and speak English all the time, but power through. It will make everything so much easier, even when it's hard, even when you're terrible, even when it takes twice as long to say every sentence. Trust me on this, you'll be so grateful in the long run.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Prais from Shevet Ariel, originally from Birmingham and now living in Zichron Yaakov. Became an Aliyah in 1988. My advice is that there are certain things in life there's never a good time to do. Start having children, starting a diet, and making Aliyah. My advice is to do it now and not to wait. My second bit of advice is that when you do finally come, remember to pack lots of Weetabix. Chag Ha'atzmaut Sameach.
I'm Aron Lipczer from Avichai. A couple of tips for those thinking about making Aliyah. Firstly, connections go a long way in this country. So if you can make as many connections in different fields, if you know people in doing all different kinds of things, they'll definitely help you out at some point. Secondly, obviously the language is very important to know. So if you can learn Hebrew before coming, it will help you out a lot. I learned that the hard way. But obviously it doesn't really need an explanation. Learning a foreign language, moving to a foreign country is obviously going to help you out. But having said that, it's not such a big deal if you haven't, because everyone in this country is more than happy to help. They love Olim Chodeshim here, and they're always at hand to help you out when you're struggling. And lastly, I think doing some sort of national service in some form, whether it's doing the army or doing Sheirut Le'umi, would definitely make you part of the bond which everyone in this country has. And if you would make Aliyah without having done that, you'd feel like you're missing something that everyone else around you has. You'll feel less connected to the culture. So I'll say those 3 tips for making Aliyah.
Hi, I'm Sara Whitefield. That was one on. I'm from Amishav. I made Aliyah in 2003. And a piece of Aliyah advice, number 1 is how important it is to establish a network of colleagues in your field who are born and bred in Israel, because they'll always be there to help you with little pieces of advice and nuances that you miss. The other piece of advice is to relax and chill out. It really will be okay. Chag Ha'atzmaut Sameach from Israel.
Hi, my name is Gideon Bratt and I'm in Shevet Achiya. I made Aliyah in 2014, and my advice for Aliyah would be go to Ulpan and take it seriously. Do your homework, even though that's annoying to have to do homework, but do Ulpan and integrate by learning Hebrew, because you can't get by without at least some Hebrew.
Hi, I'm Jonny Gelberg, Shevet Dror. I made Aliyah in 1996. Now, I would say that the most important thing for a successful Aliyah is attitude. Attitude that it's a commitment, like a commitment to a person. It's a relationship with Eretz Israel, where you will make it work. You'll put in the investment and the attention, and as you would to a marriage. This is something that you will make work. That's number one. Number two is the way to see Israelis. Now, a lot of people talk about the Israelis are like this and the Israelis like that. I don't see it like that. I see that we are one people, and these Israelis, or people that you would say that are difficult to live with, it's just like having everybody's got difficult people in their family. They're difficult to live with, and that's the way to relate to it. We are one people, we are one family, and so there's no us and them, it's us. And the other thing I would say, that in Israel, more than probably in England, or when you're certainly in job interviews and things like that, Bachor Nechmad goes a long way. That's what I would say. Shiya Batzlacha.
Hi, I'm Talia from Tzion. I made Aliyah in 2019, and one thing that I would have loved to have known before I made Aliyah was that when you drive on the other side of the road, you also go the other way when you go around roundabouts.
Hi, this is Alex Israel, Shevet Amiad. I live now in Alon Shvut, and I teach in a bunch of institutions in Yerushalayim. And I will be forever thankful to British B'nai Akiva for educating me about Israel and inspiring me to make Aliyah. Living in Israel is a huge pleasure, from speaking Ivrit, from being part of our people, from living in the land of the Tanakh, from raising children who are Israelis and serve in Tzahal. Wow, it's an amazing thing to be here. One thing that I would say that I'm very glad is that I came straight after university. I didn't wait to sort of build my career. I came straight here. I came to yeshiva, and it was here that I developed my adult life and into a Jewish educator. And I'd strongly advise many of you not to wait maybe years, which end up turning into periods where you stay in Chutz La'aretz, but to come as soon as possible. This is where I learned how to work. This is where I met my wife. This is where I got married and have my kids. And wonderful. One thing that I wish I knew, or wish I had thought about, I think that with all our talk, when we talk about Aliyah, about coming home, I don't think I realized how much it is to be an immigrant here. That we, to a certain degree, will always be immigrants, will always be Olim. And I think I expected to do things in the way that we did them in England, or to rely on my British network. And I think one of the things to learn is really to be prepared to relearn things, and to learn how to do things as an Israeli, and to learn how to do things in a different way, and to be prepared for that very steep learning curve when you make Aliyah, that you are in fact an immigrant and you have to learn your new country. It's not any worse, it's just different, and you have to learn the ways things are done here, which are different from the way they're done in the UK. Wishing you all a Yom Ha'atzmaut Sameach and B'Hatzlacha.
Hi, Simon Levy here, former Northern field worker and masker from Shevet Yechiam. My tip for facilitating Aliyah is to appreciate the importance of networking and getting into the mindset that it's worth meeting anyone and everyone to discuss future job prospects. Chag Sameach.
Hi, I'm Jason.
And I'm Sara, and we're from Shevet HaTzvi.
From London, and now in Nofi Alon.
Our main Aliyah tip is to just do it. Finish your degree, come to Israel. We're waiting for you.
Chag Ha'atzmaut Sameach.
My name's David Milson. Shevet Suriel. You look it up. It means I was born in 1966. For those of you in England, that's probably a very important date, because that's the last time England won the World Cup. In fact, it's the only time that England won the World Cup. I was Mazkir of B'nai Akiva in 1989 in the UK, and I was famed for composing the song "We Believe in the Torah," which may still be sung today, at least it was a few years ago. So, tips about making Aliyah. I think you should make Aliyah as soon as possible. If anything, now when flights have been stopped and people can't get to Israel, the minute you can get to Israel, just get to Israel. And the one thing I wish I had have been told before I came is how wonderful it is to live in Israel. I was doing it because I believed in it. I was doing it because that's what our ideology believes in, and that's what my ideology believed in. And it's where a religious Jew belongs, in Eretz Yisrael, with Am Yisrael, Torah Yisrael, as we say every week at Mifkad. And I wish I had have known beforehand, only because it would have made me more excited, how wonderful it is and how fulfilling it is and how incredible it is to know that you have done something in your life which is substantial and important. Every year, without question, every year I get the most incredibly warm feeling of satisfaction when we get to Yom Ha'atzmaut, that if I've done nothing in my life, then at least I will be able to tell my children and my grandchildren, please God, that I have lived an ideology, I have lived my belief. I wasn't taking pictures of an event, I was in the picture. I got married on the mountains of Jerusalem, and my daughter was married in the hills of Judea, which means that pasuk, Od Yishama ba'arei Yehuda v'chutzot Yerushalayim kol sason v'kol simcha. I have actually not only said that pasuk on countless occasions, but I've managed to live that pasuk. I've managed to live that pasuk, mamish, which is an incredible thing. That Yishama ba'arei Yehuda, that's me, v'chutzot Yerushalayim, that's my daughter, kol sason v'kol simcha. I have no complaints. I've had a wonderful Aliyah. I've never had a moment, and this isn't Bnei Akiva propaganda because I'm not working for Bnei Akiva. It's Jewish propaganda because I'm a member of Am Yisrael. That I have never had in all of my life in Israel, and I've this year celebrated 30 years in Israel. I've never had a moment's regret for being at home in my country, serving in my army, voting for our government, whichever government it is. And so that's what I can tell you. Bureaucracies in every country, issues that you have is in every country. Lots of different cultures in Israel, but that's kibbutz galuyot, isn't it? That's what kibbutz galuyot is meant to be. So we're living a prophecy, and I can only tell you, Chevrei Bnei Akiva, that the sooner you join us here, the better. Kadima Bnei Akiva, alo v'na'ale.
Hi, my name is Shevet Hashkovitz and I'm in Shevet Naaman. I made Aliyah in 2017. I think my biggest advice is for someone making Aliyah is to make as many connections as you can, because you'll need it, trust me. I hope you get the opportunity to make Aliyah in the future. Yom Ha'atzmaut Sameach and stay safe.
I'm Josh Zeltzer from Shevet Lahava and I made Aliyah in January. My top tip for someone making Aliyah is to have lots of sablanut, lots of patience. Believe me, you're going to need it.
Hi, my name is Dani Newman. I'm from Shevet Hamvaser and I was on the Mazkurut in 1997-98. I made Aliyah in 1999 and I live in Ramat Shiloh in Bet Shemesh with my wife and 4 kids. I work in the insurance field here, assisting Olim navigate the insurance system here in Israel. If I was to give my top tip, it would be to speak to people like myself and many others here who have made that journey before you, to ask any questions that you may have, be it from where to live, school systems, jobs, any question you may have. When I made Aliyah in 1999, it was before the world of social media. These days, even on Facebook, there are many groups which will help you make decisions, answer any questions you may have, be it from Nefesh B'Nefesh to local community groups, places to live, even professional groups. And there's one which I run with other 2 UK Olim from a number of years ago called Living Financially Smarter, that can assist you with any financial questions that you may have. I wish you all a Chag Ha'atzmaut Sameach and look forward to seeing you all here in Israel, continuing your own personal dream. Chag Sameach.
Yom Ha'atzmaut from Ra'anana, Eretz Yisrael, from David Gross, Shevet Kommemiyut, and Southern Field Worker as it then was. I can't even remember what year that was, 2003, so 5763 if I'm not mistaken. The top tip for Aliyah was, or the top tip I wish I'd known, learn to code would have probably been a good tip, but most important, make sure to pay it forward. People want to help you when you arrive. They want to make sure that your Aliyah will be successful, that your Klita will be successful, and most of all, when you've been here for a number of years, I'm coming up to 10 in a couple of months, you're going to have conversations with people who have just arrived, and make sure to come with an outlook of paying it forward, helping as much as you can, even if it's a phone call, an email, passing on a CV, and really helping each and every one of us putting down our roots here in the place that we're supposed to be, and hoping to see you all very soon. And when I say that, I really mean it. You can get my details from the Bayit, from Raviol, and hope to see you all soon. Yom Ha'atzmaut Sameach.
Hi everyone, my name is Rachel Kay, known as Ray Kay, and I'm in Shevet Avi, and I made Aliyah in 2015. My top Aliyah tip, in addition to all the super important practical advice, of which I could give you an entire list on, is really threefold. Number one, truly believing in the ideal of living in Israel. Number two, knowing and believing that you absolutely have all the strength and capabilities within you to make your Aliyah successful. And number three, remembering and believing in Hashem and knowing that He's got your back every step of the way.
Hi, I'm Natalie Mora from Shevet Tzion. I made Aliyah earlier this year in 2020. If there was one thing I wish I'd known before I made Aliyah, was just how amazing Eretz Yisrael is, because I would have done it a lot sooner.
My name is Prais, originally from Birmingham and now living in Modi'in. I'm from Shevet Chalutz, and I made Aliyah in January 2008 to go with my family. If I was to give you one tip for those who are thinking of making Aliyah, it would be to make sure you fill your luggage with plenty of cling film, dustbin bags and toilet paper, because what you can get a hold of here is absolutely rubbish. Hatzlacha.
Hi B'nai Akiva, I'm Sara Koenigsberg. I'm in Shevet Levy, and I made Aliyah in 2008. I lived in Jerusalem with my husband and two kids until a year and a half ago, when we actually moved back to England on Shlichut, and I'm currently the Rabbinit Shlicha of B'nai Akiva. I was incredibly lucky to have a really positive experience when I made Aliyah, and I still can't quite get to grips with the fact that we're able to live, work and raise families in Israel when Jews could only dream of this for so many years. Today I want to share with you a practical tip to hopefully help you guys when you go on your Aliyah journeys. And that is that when you encounter the word no in Israel, of which you will a lot, whether it be in Misrad Apnim or on the bus or even in a supermarket, instead of here in England where it means the end of a conversation, in Israel, the conversation is only just beginning. So answer back, disagree, explain, tell them she's a mamash lo beseder, all sorts of things that really do not go down well in England. Believe me, I've tried it. But in Israel, it's how things work. And you may be lucky, you may end up with a positive result, an invitation for Shabbos, and maybe even a shidduch proposal. So, Chag Ha'atzmaut Sameach.
Hi, my name's Naomi Sopher. I made Aliyah in 2011 with my husband Josh Grossman and our baby daughter. So we've been here now for about 9 years. My top tip for making Aliyah is to be as prepared as possible. Make sure that you've got work experience and qualifications. Speak to as many people as you can that already live here. They're in your field, they're in similar stages of life, similar ideology. Make sure you know how to get your qualifications transferred over. Once you get here, things will move fast, so if you can't line up a job beforehand, don't worry too much. Just it's all about contacts. Making Aliyah was the best decision we ever made, so I hope to see as many of you here soon, and Yom Ha'atzmaut Sameach.
Hi everyone, Adam Shanasha from Shevet Shvut here. I made Aliyah almost 4 years ago now, which is crazy. My top Aliyah tip, that would be to reach out to people when you need something. Don't be afraid to. There's a lot of people out there who'd be very happy to help you, be it friends, family, or light acquaintances. you'll also be surprised with how people can help you. So don't be afraid to send someone a message, even if it's someone you haven't spoken to in years. Chag HaAtzmaut Sameach, and B'Hatzlacha, and I hope to see you all here soon.
My name is Jamie Lazarus, and I am in Shevet Shalem. I was also Southern Field Worker 5764. I made Aliyah in 2009 with my wife Tamar Koski and our daughter Liat. We now have 2 other boys, Elad and Yona. My top tip for making Aliyah is to speak to as many people as possible. Whether you are looking to do a university degree or you're looking for a job, speak to people in Bnei Akiva, friends and family who have gone through it before. Reach out to us, don't be afraid to reach out to us. We're here and we're happy to help. Wishing everyone a very happy Yom Ha'atzmaut.
I'm Eli Ovitz and I'm from Shevet Berama, and I made Aliyah in 2003. That followed many years in Bnei Akiva since the age of 6 and serving as Mazkir some 20 years ago. My tip for Aliyah is to go with an open mind and with a plan, but be prepared for change. Don't look back, look forward. Kadima, Bnei Akiva.
Bnei Akiva UK, what is going on? My name is Gideon Nevis from Shevet Eitan, and I made Aliyah in 2017. My piece of advice for you would be to learn Hebrew as quickly as you can, because hummus and falafel is not going to cut it. You're going to need to know a few more words than that. So get yourselves to an Ulpan, buy yourselves an English to Hebrew dictionary, whatever you can, to help yourselves. Wishing you a Chag HaAtzmaut Sameach, and hope to see you in Israel soon.
Hi everyone, my name is Ariel Grossman. I'm in Shevet Lipczer. I made Aliyah in 5775, December 2014, to Modi'in. I wanted to share the best Aliyah tips that I received before I made Aliyah, which are: number 1, be flexible with what you might do in terms of work. The very first Olim, Avram and Sarai, had to reinvent themselves when they came to Israel with all new names and identities, and you might have to do the same. Be prepared to try something new, to be a bit flexible in terms of work. Number 2 is don't make Aliyah harder than it already is. It's a big challenge moving your life to a new country, and do everything you can to soften the landing. For example, you don't get bonus points for living somewhere that's inconvenient for work, where nobody speaks English. Find somewhere to live that works for you, where you have people around you who speak English, who can help you and support you. Good luck, and see you in Israel.
Hi Bnei Akiva, it's Alex Cohen here, Shevet Levy, made Aliyah in 2016. My top tip is be prepared to have a proper lunch break in the office with colleagues talking about non-work events. People look at you funny here if you try and have a sandwich at your desk and keep on working.
Hi, I'm Caroline Obstein.
I'm Victor Obstein.
And we're both from Shevet Hechalutz.
And we made Aliyah 22 years ago.
Our advice would be to come as soon as you can, before you become settled and established.
Don't look for the reasons not to come. You'll find plenty of them. Just come as soon as you can, and you'll have plenty of time to establish yourself here in Israel and set yourself up for a wonderful life here.
Come with a positive attitude. Sure, there'll be difficulties and challenges along the way, but with a glasses half full kind of attitude, please God, you'll get through everything. We look forward to welcoming you here. B'Hatzlacha.
Hi, my name is Joey from Shevet Naaman. I made Aliyah 4 years ago, and my top tip for making Aliyah is to serve in the army. I was a lochem, I was a combat soldier for 2 years in Handasa. You have the best fun, you meet the best friends. It's a great way to learn the language, and it's an unbelievable way to integrate into Israeli society and really become an Israeli.
Hi, my name is Prais. I'm in Shevet Avichai, and I came to Israel in 2017, but I actually made Aliyah in August 2019 after I finished my army service. One piece of advice that I really wish someone had told me before I'd moved my entire life over here, is that if I want something, I should fight for it. Israel is full of lots of incredibly strong-willed people, and I think it is the strong-willed people that make Israel the country that it is, despite how small it is. It's just people who, they just know what they want, they're proud of what they believe in, and they fight until they get what they want. It's something that I just wish that I'd known. I think it would have made my integration into the country a lot easier. Instead of being told no and giving up, now I know that the right thing to do, the right approach is to go in and actually say no and be persistent until I get what I want or what I need. I think it's a mentality that a lot of Israelis just have. They grow up with it, and as an Oleh Chadash and Oleh Chadasha, it's hard. It can be really hard to get into that mindset. But yeah, that is my top piece of advice, and I wish someone had told me that earlier.
Hello, this is Becky Ray, Shevet Achva, Daniel Ray, Shevet Suriel. We live in Ramat Beit Shemesh. We made Aliyah to Israel in 1996. So what have we learned from our Aliyah, Becky?
So I think if you come with a positive attitude, that makes all the difference. I think it's not always easy. It can be a bit tricky. But if you know why you're here, and if you know that you want to be here, everything else will just fall into place.
Hi, my name is James Franks. I'm married to Shoshana, and we live in Modi'in with our children, Talia, Matty, Gideon, Eden and Orly, and our dog Charlie. Shoshana and I are in Shevet Ha'atzmaut. We were Aleph Machaneh together in 1984. We were on Hachshara together in 91-92. We made Aliyah in August 1999. My top tip for a successful Aliyah is to bring a suitcase full of patience with you and learn to lizrom, to go with the flow. Never lose sight of the fact that by making Aliyah, you get to fulfill the impossible dream of generations before you. Waking up every day as an Israeli citizen and as part of society is a huge zechut and the realization of Hashem's promise to us. Come on home. Chag HaTzmaut Sameach.